All right, let's talk about Daniel Jones's really good performance here in Week 5 with against the Seattle Seahawks. Jones kind of quietly having a really good year outside of that. I didn't think he played great against Cleveland and obviously had that bad performance against Minnesota, but everyone's playing poorly against Minnesota. Jones comes through with a fantastic job here against the Seattle Seahawks. Let's talk about what he did so well. Starting off with the play you see on your screen, it's going to be a zone coverage concept Seattle's in. Those are the routes the Giants receivers will be running on this play, and so you see that, really kind of some of those deeper routes are really where Jones is going to start off looking. Jones takes the snap, looks in that direction, and doesn't really love what he sees down the field. And not just that, but hey, you have a check down open right here, so that's probably where he should throw the football. Here's the issue. There's pressure off the edge, which is part of why he doesn't love what he sees down the field. He doesn't have time to get down the field, really. Gonna have to figure things out, but this is what Jones did a great job of in this game, and let's just be honest, Jones has plenty of experience being under pressure quickly. Watch him be able to navigate this pressure really well, gets the check down, and they actually pick up a first down, get to the 5-yard line. This set up that weird 101-yard fumble recovery touchdown play, so it ended up maybe being better had they not gotten close to the goal line, could have just kicked the field goal, but of course, the play itself was very good from Daniel Jones. Stuff like this is what Jones, I thought, was doing a really good job of in this one, was just reading the defense and knowing how to attack it. I mean, it's kind of funny, we just saw Aaron Rodgers really struggle with very similar concepts here, but Jones not struggling at all. Clearly, Daniel Jones is better than Aaron Rodgers. Okay, not really, but it's good stuff. The way this play works is you see that Seattle is showing a heavy blitz. They have a lot of players on the line, and so that's what you can expect. That's man coverage as well, so probably going to be a heavy blitz. Maybe not necessarily. You don't know for sure, but that seems likely. So Jones has a quick slant route right here. That's where he's going to look with the football. You see, he takes the snap, and this is open. I mean, the corner kind of, the issue with a blitz is a lot of times your corners kind of have to play a little bit off because you can't get burned deep down the field. Jones, knows where the pressure is, knows that wasn't going to be a tipped ball, gets the ball over there. It's good stuff here by Daniel Jones. Again, this isn't a highlight reel level play or anything like that, but if you can beat the blitz, what does that do? It makes teams not want to blitz you, and you have to try to do other stuff, right? Which now makes it easier on the offensive line to block, all that stuff. So, again, a lot of times football isn't necessarily about the splash plays. Okay, those help, but it's a lot about these types of plays. That's most of football plays, and Jones did a really good job of again, hitting these types of plays. Like this one being another one, it's going to be actually a different coverage by Seattle, totally different situation. It's a zone coverage concept, but again, it's this quick slant route. This time it's starting more over the middle. It's not the outside receiver running it. But again, when Jones takes a snap, he runs a play action. You see, this is open, but it's probably not going to be open for forever. Really, for Jones, if you want to make this throw, you have to make it now. And what's he going to do? He gets that ball out of his hands in a hurry, and they're able to pick up a nice completion. Again, this is the stuff that you want to see if you're a Giants fan, and this is really good stuff by Jones. Running the offense, getting the ball out of your hands quickly, putting it in the right spot. I think there's a real benefit to him being able to do this kind of thing. And also, we got to talk about his rushing, because I actually think, to kind of talk about what I had already talked about, but with a new lens, part of why this works is he's been running the ball a lot more. The offense is running the ball effectively. They're getting yards down the field, and that kind of forces teams like Seattle to kind of have to show what they're doing. They tip their cards a little bit more, usually with a zone coverage to help stop the run, and then you can do plays like the one you just saw. But let's talk about the running game itself. They're using Jones as a runner, which I think is just a smart idea because he's an effective runner. Where this play, it's going to be a designed quarterback keeper to the top of the screen on a 3rd down and 1. That's the situation. But watch those two Seattle players right there. They're both, guys who are kind of supposed to be paying attention to containment right here. And when this play begins, this fake just doesn't really work. For the Giants, they wanted those two Seattle players to move more over the middle of the field, thinking it's going to be a traditional handoff. This play as designed just doesn't work. And, usually when you talk about the value of a quarterback who runs, usually you're just talking about it in terms of scheme. What plays does it give you, right? It just opens up the playbook. But what also can happen is once you get to these plays, these effective plays, sometimes you still need a player to make a play. Sometimes you still need your quarterback to make a play. Jones is going to step to the inside. He does pick up this first down right here on that 3rd down and 1. really good stuff here by Daniel Jones to pull something like this off. Also, this one was a really good one as well, where it's going to, again, be, usually with these quarterback handoffs or quarterback runs, you're not just keeping the ball yourself. Usually there's sort of a fake handoff involved here. That's what's happening as well. Jones takes the snap. He's going to step up, but Seahawks edge rusher right here, who really you see that the player that also is in that white box, that Giants offensive lineman was supposed to block him, but since the defender rushed in so quickly, doesn't really have time to make it work. It's a tough situation for Jones. But watch Jones just step up quickly enough. He gets by that Seattle defender. So, okay, well done. One slight issue, Jones did kind of have to go a little bit quicker than you would like. So now offensive linemen maybe aren't, don't get a kind of rest in their way of trying to get to their spot. Have to go quickly. So because of this, another Seattle player is in position to tackle Jones. But look at Daniel Jones. I mean, is that Daniel Jones or Marshawn Lynch out there? He's able to make another guy miss, picks up the first down. I mean, these are just great runs. If this is the running back doing this, you're like, hey, that's a great run. Like, I get it. Daniel Jones looks like the guy who, sits in the front of the class and gets all A's. He doesn't look like an athlete, but he is. He can move really well. And I think you're seeing the Giants use that as part of his game. They're not afraid to have him take the extra hits. That's part of his game, right? He needs to be able to have this running game to be a valuable asset, and he's able to make it work. And also this play, so this is going to be a 1st down and 10 that the Giants are in. It's going to be a man coverage concept. You have a receiver running a route, going from the offense's right to the offense's left, kind of a deep shot further down the field right here. This is Darius Slayton, who, got to talk about him, got to give him a shout out. He had a great day in this one. Watch what happens. Jones takes the snap, again, looking towards his, the guy who's having the best day, Darius Slayton, firing it up, and there's a bit of a window. It's not a wide open window, and keep in mind, for Daniel Jones, he was, fading towards the bottom of the screen, now having to throw all the way towards the top of the screen. Bit of a tough angle, and relatively far down the field. However, he makes this one look easy. That's a perfectly thrown football right there by Daniel Jones. So, again, making some really good throws here. The scheme is working. Everything is working for the New York Football Giants. So, yeah, I mean, I'm buying in a little bit to this Daniel Jones resurgence. Again, I don't know if he's ever going to be a superstar level quarterback. I wouldn't bet on it, certainly. But there is value in a quarterback like Daniel Jones. Again, they probably got too excited when they handed out the contract. That's probably fair to say. But Jones does have these games, and that's why, early on this season, I was kind of defending him a little bit, because I do feel like, yes, there will be like 2 or 3 games a season where he just looks like borderline unplayable. Like, he does have those on his resume. It is what it is. But he has way more of these games of just looking like a solid NFL quarterback, being able to make the plays. And I think with the addition of really using him as a runner more in key spots as well, I think that could be what elevates him to being just like a solid starting quarterback in this league that you don't even question. You said, yeah, he's a solid quarterback. Don't know if we're quite there yet. I need to just see more, because, again, he has had some bad games as well. But I don't know. It's cool to see him have a good season after basically everyone was convinced this was going to be his last year as a Giant starter. Well, he's making him at least have to think about it through 5 weeks, which is fun to see, I think. But yeah, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from y'all. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.